Authorities have just given an update on the investigation into a deadly explosion outside a Trump hotel in Las Vegas. North America correspondent Carrington Clark has been following developments and joins us now. Carrington, what can you tell us?
Well, the investigators looking into this explosion outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas did give us some important new details. For a start, they believe that they have identified the driver of that Tesla Cybertruck which exploded. They've named him as 37-year-old active duty US Army soldier Matthew Livelsberger. Now, importantly, they're saying that this is not 100% confirmed yet. They are waiting for either DNA evidence or medical records to confirm because the body was so badly damaged during that explosion. But they did find a military identification in the vehicle, which identified Mr. Livelsberger, Matthew Livelsberger, as the driver of that vehicle, along with multiple weapons as well. Now, that explosion appears to have been caused by a mix of fireworks and an assortment of different fuels. But the FBI did say that they didn't believe that there was necessarily a huge amount of sophistication in the way it had been put together. So that's one of the leads that they're currently looking into. Now, Livelsberger, or the driver of the vehicle, was the only person killed in this particular incident. Another 7 people received minor injuries, but they are investigating exactly what the motivation was behind, and obviously, in light of what's happened in New Orleans, any particular link.
And Carrington, obviously that Cybertruck explosion happened just about 5 hours after that horrific terror attack in New Orleans. And as you mentioned, police were originally wondering whether or not they do have a connection. Has there been an update? Have they found any links?
They're describing certain similarities between these two incidences, which they are looking into. One of them is that both vehicles are electric vehicles that were used in both the suspected terror attack in New Orleans and this explosion outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. They were both rented from the same company, Turo, which is an online marketplace to allow people to rent vehicles. But importantly, they also said that there was crossover between Livelsberger and Jabbar. Both have military experience, and they both actually at one point were stationed at the same base.
Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation.
Now, it is a large base, but obviously, given that these two events occurred on the same day, the police are concerned that there might be a link between them. But it is also very possible that these are just a series of unfortunate coincidences. Now, the FBI says that this is a global investigation, in part because Livelsberger was stationed in Germany. They're also looking at the travel that he undertook in that Tesla Cybertruck to see if there are other pieces of evidence along that route. And they are asking for other people who were on a similar route and perhaps used the electric vehicle charging stations to please get in touch with authorities, because they're hoping to use some of the video evidence that those vehicles may have picked up to see if they can more accurately track exactly Livelsberger's movements along that route. We know that Tesla has been involved in helping to provide data to the investigators, the FBI and local police, as they try to piece together exactly what was the motivation behind what they're now describing as a suicide and bomb attack. And another important piece of detail is, of course, that they believe that the body in the car, that they believe is Livelsberger's, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head before that explosion.
If you or anyone you know was affected by this video, please contact Beyond Blue on 1300 224 636 or Lifeline on 13 11 14.